Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, Noodle here, and today we are back. Back with another monthly announcement. Yay! Almost forgot about these. This is the September monthly announcement. If you're new to these monthly announcements, I put one out once a month. And basically I just kind of go over what we did over the last month, what you guys can be expecting in the future, and then of course what we're doing right now. So let's go ahead and just jump right into this and get started. I don't want this to take up too long. Last month we went ahead and wrapped up Minerva's Den. That was the DLC for Bioshock 2, and that was pretty fucking awesome. I think I thought it was great. It was an interesting story that had very little to do with the actual Bioshock 2 game. It was kind of its own standalone game. I thought it was fantastic. It was probably about everything that I could have hoped that it would have been, which is not saying too much, considering that Bioshock 2 is considered, from my point of view, the weaker of the trilogy, but it's still good nonetheless. We also I stepped aside and I let Carl go ahead and have his own day on Sunday. So we have Carl plays Overlord. He didn't know what to play. I figured that he should play something a little bit outside of his comfort zone, so I recommended Overlord, and he's been doing that every Sunday. Well, for the most part, I think, except for the past 2 weeks because I've had health issues and whatnot. So that came out actually pretty good. It's probably one of the highest viewed videos. Carl plays Overlord. It's basically Carl rambling by himself, playing Overlord, trying to overcome his inner greed. This past month, we also started and completed Bioshock Infinite. Now, Bioshock Infinite is probably my favorite Bioshock game. Hands down, I think it's absolutely fantastic. We went ahead and we did the whole playthrough. And if you guys didn't catch the ending, I would recommend catching the last one. It's mostly just a half-hour cutscenes and then of me explaining the Bioshock universe to you. So even if you didn't really have too much interest in watching another playthrough of Bioshock Infinite, I kind of took my time with it. Really, I went around and I was looking at things, observing things, and kind of going off the beaten path and adventuring a little bit, which I know a lot of people, when they initially played Bioshock Infinite, especially when it came out, they like rushed the storyline, and I don't think they really got to appreciate the surroundings that came with it. We also went and played the first chapter 1 of King's Quest. King's Quest is point-and-click games by Sierra, or from Sierra Games. I think it was actually done by somebody else. Let me just pop that up real quick. The Odd Gentleman went ahead and created King's Quest. Of course, it was produced by Sierra, and it was really good. It was really slapsticky, really lighthearted, lots of cutscenes, lots of humor. And if that's your kind of deal, then by all means go check out King's Quest. I had a lot of fun playing it, but it is episodic, so there are 5 chapters to it, I believe. It's been a month. But they only released the first one. It's anticipated that they never announced when the next ones were coming out, so it could be a year from now, which would be ridiculous. But more than likely what's going to happen is they're going to do it every 2 or 3 months. So as soon as that comes out, I'm going to interrupt my fucking schedule immediately and start playing it, because that is such a good game. It really is. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out, even if it's just the first episode, to kind of get a feel for it. So yeah, King's Quest. It was fantastic. Let's see what else we did. We did a lot of King's Quests. Oh yes, and then we went ahead and we wrapped up the Sims 2 Hunger Game Challenge Season 1. If you guys didn't catch that, I recommend that you do. I also have been accepting nominations for the Sims 3 Hunger Games Season 2 that should be coming out this weekend. So be sure to look out for that. I know I've been promising it for like the past 2 weeks, but once again, health issues. We'll get into that later. We went ahead. A Baby Girl has already selected the name, so you can't nominate more names, at least to be in the drawing. However, if you go find the Sims 3 Seasons 2 nomination announcement, you're not going to find it in any playlist. It's just going to be down in my uploads. It's posted August 15th, if that's going to give you any kind of frame of reference. And go ahead and nominate a name there. What we're going to do is the winner of the Season 2, as long as it's not November by the time it ends, we'll go ahead and get a pre-order copy of Fallout 4. And then we're going to have a separate thing where everybody who nominated a name up until the episode starts, which is Saturday, will go into a separate drawing. So if your name wasn't selected to be a candidate in the season 2 Hunger Games, like you just weren't selected, it's okay. You still have a chance to win a copy of Fallout 4 as well. So there's that. What else do we do? Oh yeah, we also started the Tesla Effect. Oh my god, the Tesla Effect. I fucking absolutely love this. Tex Murphy adventure, the Tesla Effect. Apparently this is a long-running point-and-click kind of adventure game that's been going on since like the 90s. It kind of fell out of the limelight with AAA titles and video games kind of being more prevalent in society. But somebody decided that they wanted to go ahead and remake it. So apparently they had some sort of Kickstarter or equivalent for it. Ended up raising a fuck ton of money, got a whole bunch of live actors and stuff like that to come by and do another Tesla Effect, and it's fantastic. I'm having a blast playing it, and we are actually still playing it to today. Let's see what else we did. We went ahead and did a weekend spotlight for 2 games. We did Funk of the Titans. Man, that is one funkin' rad ass game. I like Funk of the Titans. It's a cool little time waster. I think it's just a kind of racing, go from one side of the screen to the other side racing kind of game. Yeah, it's fun with it. It's fun. But the real gem was Lurking. Lurking is a free indie horror game that you can most certainly go ahead and download for yourself. It's sound sensitive. Now, what I didn't realize was that I could have hooked up my microphone to it, and every time I made a noise in my microphone, it would have made noise in the game. And you're trying to hide from creatures, so it's actually really good. I have also started this last month live streaming. You can usually catch me early mornings Texas time, probably about 6 to 7 in the morning, and I usually run for about an hour or 2 or 3, depending on when I have to get up, get out of here, get the kids ready. If you guys want to check out the live streams, you can. Obviously, I don't expect you to sit down and watch it like 3 hours of live stream that's been pre-recorded and you can't interact with it. I'm probably going to start getting rid of these off my channel, to be honest. But let me know if you would like to have these kept on my channel or not. They don't really get that many views, realistically. I mean, we get people who participate and watch them. But yeah, I don't know. I like doing it, and mostly I'm doing this when I'm compressing a video. Like, I'm actually recording this right now while I'm compressing a video. So I can't really go and record more videos or anything like that while I'm compressing. My computer could be completely bogged down. But I can stream. And since I'm going to be playing these games on my own anyway, I decided to stream them for you guys. Maybe we can have a little interaction, a little fun, and a little bit more exposure on my behalf. So there's a whole bunch of streams. I went ahead and put that in the playlist. You can go ahead and check those out if anything suits your fancy. I also did a weekend spotlight of Factorio, which is basically just like the first half hour, the first hour of the game. It's an incredibly slow game in the beginning, and I won't lie to you, it's very slow what I recorded. But it picks up pretty quick, and it gets really, really, really fucking complex. So there's that. I also did 3 live streams of the Sims 3 Hunger Games Prep. And I did Prep Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. And that's basically where I took you along with a journey with me to put together the house for the Sims 3 Hunger Games Season 2 Challenge House. And it was just kind of give you guys an idea about, the thought process that goes into what I do. And there's some really cool architectural things for you to check out. If you like building buildings in The Sims 3, or if you're just really crap at it, this will go ahead and give you some ideas of different things to do. I don't know. I thought it was great. I also put out an announcement video just a few days ago, actually 4 days ago to be exact. It was channel changes and delays. And this is where we'll kind of go into this thing. I ended up getting rushed to the emergency room by baby girl. For having chest pains. My heart is fine, circulatory system's fine, but apparently my muscles are reactionary to stress. Hey, I didn't think it was real either, I'll be honest. But stress is real, and it can kill you. So since I can't do anything about my actual physical work schedule, I can do something about my YouTube schedule. So before, when I was running 2 games at a time, I'm now only running 1 game at a time. However, for those of you who are observant and you think, wait a second, Noodle, you said that in your Patreon account that if I donated X amount of money that I could be a co-producer and you would run that in tandem with one of your videos. But now you're saying you're only doing 1 video a day, so are you going to change your Patreon? No, I'm not. In fact, nobody has volunteered that much amount of money to be a co-producer for the channel. I think it's like $15, I think. And as a co-producer, you get to delegate what I play. And you say, I want you to play Mad Max. And if I can afford Mad Max, by all means, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and play it for you guys, and that will be a second video in tandem. Why am I making an exception for that? Well, one, because it's something you guys want, and want so much that you're willing to shell up some bucks for it. So there's that. Yay! But until then, I am only going to be running one video a day. I'm not saying that that's going to be permanent. What I'm saying is that's just going to be the way it is for now. What I have scheduled coming up for the next month, that's what you guys really want to hear. Okay, so for over the next month, we are going to be finishing up the Tesla Effect. I don't know how much longer we have in here. I've already compressed up to episode 13, which should be released Thursday, and then I'm going to just kind of sit down and fucking record as much of the Tesla Effect as I can tonight to try to see how much farther along that we need to go with it. It kind of seems like we're getting to the point where the story is starting to wrap up. I believe there's like 7 or 8 days in the Tesla Effect, and I believe we're like on day 5 or 6. So it shouldn't be taking that much longer, so we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. Either way, it doesn't matter. Starting next week, even if the Tesla Effect runs over, I guess I'll be doing 2 videos a day, but I've already recorded this. We're going to be doing Burial at Sea, which is the DLC for BioShock Infinite. This actually should have been released last week, but it's not going to happen. I'm not going to do it this week to go ahead and give myself a little bit of buffer room and a little bit of breathing room and some time to relax. Considering that this is my short weekend home, next week is going to be my long weekend, so I'll have more time to record and stuff then. And I wasn't able to record or do anything last night. It was an absolute atrocity. I hate it. But hopefully I might be able to do a little bit of recording today. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Maybe yes, no. We'll see. But that should be coming up, Burial at Sea, which is phenomenal. I also have a backlog of games that I really want to play. Gods, I don't even know where to get started with this list. I still have to do a story about my uncle, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, Monkey Island. I still have to do Monkey Islands. Oh my god, the backlog is ridiculous. But what I can say is that I'm going to start ramping up all of my horror playthroughs. Because Halloween's coming! Yay for Halloween! I'm super happy, I'm super excited. Halloween is my shit. So I definitely want like a month long of just horror games, of just scary shit. You know, you guys can sit around and pull your blankets up over you and watch your laptop screen or your mobile devices underneath there like a child with a flashlight reading a book at night in the 80s, except that we're not there no more. We're millennials, so you guys have laptops, kind of ruining everything. But I guess that's it. I don't have nothing else to add about that. I'm really excited and I'm glad the way the channel is going. Just so you know, in the future, and of course this is going to go with the co-op channel, Misfit Inc. Co-op, Danny motherfucking Cooper is going to go ahead and start a Star Wars The Old Republic playthrough with myself and Alexander and probably 1 or 2 other people, I don't know. He's the one that's going to be taking over recording and posting of that, not me, so that's great. Takes a lot of weight off my chest, and that means we're actually going to start videos coming out and actual co-op stuff coming out over there. So I guess that's it. So thanks everybody, thanks for watching, thanks for joining me, and I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.